today's YouTube video, I am going to give you 10 ways, 10 jazz hands ways to have more fun in your business and in your social media, which will create a deeper connection with your audience, which will mean that work is much more fun. Check it out. So I am diving in because one of the biggest mistakes that I see with people's social media is that they end up kind of going through the motions as far as social media is concerned. They're putting posts out there because they feel that they have to. They are on occasions forcing things out there because they feel that that is what needs to happen in order for a consistent social media strategy to really start to take effect. But the reality is that social media is about connection, it's about engagement, it's about you forming a relationship with your audience and you taking that relationship step by step, bit by bit. This isn't about you pushing cold messages down people's throats. This isn't about you feeling like you have to squeeze out another message from your brain like you're squeezing out a flannel of water. No, let's bring a little bit more fun, a little bit more excitement back into your social media and into the ways that you're doing things, because that is palpable. You know, when somebody's having fun, when your social media is a little bit more exciting, when stuff is happening that people can actively get involved in and engage with, makes all the difference. Like a gazillion miles worth of difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at 10 things that you can do to make it a little bit more fun. Let's get out the monotony. Let's stop going through the motions. Let's stop just cracking on with the next thing or making jobs grow arms and legs and become big monsters and demonising them and then becoming such a big deal that we just don't know what to do. We don't know how to get through it and we don't know how to get the real traction going. So we're going to go through the 10 things. In at number one. Number one, drop the shoulds, right? This is, I should be doing this, or I should be doing that, or it should look like this, or it should be like that. When we've got all these shoulds and we've got all of these rules that then become attached to the shoulds, everything starts to become a little bit harder. Everything becomes that going through the motions effect. And you've got to look and you've got to reevaluate and you've got to decide that the stuff you're doing every day, is it actually bringing you a return on investment right now? And whether that's a return on investment insofar as any money that you're putting into an advertising budget, if that's a return on investment in the amount of time that you've taken, you know, to create that social media post, to do that thing, to keep moving forwards, then, you know, it is all about making sure that the stuff that you're doing is worth doing. Some of the tasks in there will be absolute keepers. Some of the tasks in there might not be so much so, but you don't have to have, I should be posting this then, or I should post this many times a day, or, you know, I've got all of these rules because other people have told me that this is what I should be doing. Let's drop those. Let's decide on what works for you. So what I want you to do is I want you to spend a moment, grab a pen, a piece of paper, and decide those things that you're doing right now in your social, is there a return on investment? So are you enhancing your relationship with your crowd through the stuff that you're putting out there right now? Is it a keeper? Is it something that you want to keep doing? Is it something that you enjoy doing? Is there a way to inject new energy and excitement into that thing? So thinking about how you can bring it to life again, how you can breathe some fresh air into it and make it into something even more exciting, something even more fun, something even more great that your crowd can engage with. Number two, lighten up. Lighten up, unclench a little bit. Now, there's an awful lot of the time where people feel like they need to be super profesh or they feel really scared, so that therefore they end up being a little bit clenched. Now, that's okay if it's, you know, it's a scared thing. It's something that you'll move away from bit by bit as you get used to what you're doing. So have you got capacity in your social media to get a little bit more light-hearted, to unclench a little bit, to let a little bit of your personality shine through. It doesn't have to be all work, because social media is social, all right? That it, does what it says on the tin. So are there ways that you can lighten things up a little bit, that you can bring a little bit of personality into it, that you can give a little bit of yourself and let a little bit more of your own uniqueness shine through? Number 3, play with imagery. So how can you bring some great imagery into your work? Because when we're flicking through social media, we've got our phones and, let's grab my phone, let's do the flick. We're doing the flick, we're doing the flick, we're doing the flick, we're doing the flick. When we're doing that, what usually stops us in our tracks is imagery. So imagery is an important element of your business. Imagery is an important part of your business. So it is about looking at, are there ways that you can create different types of imagery, more impactful imagery? Is your imagery in keeping with your brand, with your personality? Is your imagery really working for you in your business? Can you do a little bit of more of the behind the scenes kind of shots? Now, if we're looking imagery photography, do you need some new photos taking of you behind the scenes, of your product, of the way that you work? Yeah or no? These can be DIY or they can also be professional imagery. What I'm going to do is in the description of today's video, I'm going to pop a link because we also have a freebie that will help you to think about a photo shoot, whether that's a professional photo shoot, whether that's a DIY, whether you go out with a family or friends and a camera and you take some pictures, whether you do it on your iPhone. But some of the things that you can think about when it comes to creating photography kind of imagery. The other type of imagery are the stock kinds of imagery. Unsplash.com is a great place to go for that kind of imagery, and I'll make sure that that's linked in as well so that you can have a look and you can see what imagery they've got. That's licensed free imagery that you can use, and you can create your images on Canva, which is a brilliant resource. If you want some help and support on imagery a little bit further, pop a comment into the comments box and I'll make sure that we can direct you to some more help and support when it comes to your imagery. Number 4, stop marketing. Stop marketing. There's a tip. There's a tip and a half. Yeah, stop marketing, but start communicating. So lots of people have this hard and forced feeling and they call it marketing and they say that I've got to market and it's market. I'm not good at marketing and I'm not Right, stop thinking about it as marketing and start thinking about it as communication. All of your social media, all of your emails, everything that goes out there is a form of you communicating with your audience. So if it feels better to drop the word marketing, then do it, because it is all a form of communication. So think instead about how you can communicate differently with your crowd. Does that feel more easy? Does that give you a more eased feeling around it? What we're thinking about is ways that you can talk to them. Make your website, your social media, your newsletter more appealing and a place that they want to go back to. So if it's feeling a bit net and it's feeling a bit boring, what have you done that has felt that way right now? So, have a little bit of a look and go, does any of this feel a bit marketing? Does it feel a little bit stale? Does it feel a little bit boring? Does it feel a little bit forced? What does it feel like, when you talk about marketing? Is marketing something that you're resisting? How can you communicate with your crowd and engage them more instead? So that is your focus. How can you communicate with your crowd and engage them more instead? Write that question down and just do some brainstorming around it and see what comes up. I think that we're up to number 5. Number 5. Funny quotes. I love a funny quote. Think about funny quotes that your crowd can resonate with. Hop over onto Google and type in funny quote about and think about something that your audience may well get involved with, that may well resonate with them. I've got some ladies who work with menopausal women, so it would be something like funny quotes about the menopause, or funny quotes about being in business, or funny quotes about being a parent, or whatever it might be that your crowd would really resonate with, because from there you will be able to create a meme, so an image with that quote on it, that would be ridiculously shareable and that would be really funny and light-hearted and that would help and support your crowd to gain a bit of connection with you. Remember, social media, social. And it doesn't all have to be work, really serious. There is room in there for the light-hearted. Number 6, fall back in love with your business. If you have fallen out of love with your business, please stop. Please stop, okay? It's really important that you don't keep growing something that you don't love, because what you end up doing is you grow a bigger version of that thing that you don't love. So you've got a bigger thing that you don't love. Huger. So we don't want to do that, okay? So if there is anything that feels really stale in your business right now, then it is time to get back into a place of excitement. It's a time to return and look at what went wrong. It's a time to look at where you might have lost your way a little bit, where things got a little bit where you fell out of love. You know, just because you've fallen out of love a little bit with your business doesn't mean that, you know, your business is for the scrapper. What it means is that you make sure that you actually address this and look at what's at the bottom of it. I don't love my business right now. Why? 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 And, you know, go all toddler on it and keep asking why until you can see if you can get to the root problem. Or shout up, come into the comments, DM me, send me a message on social, you know, send me an email, whatever it might be, get in touch, because I've got some really great resources about falling back in love with your business, and it is so important. Number 7, shoot a funny video. Now, yeah, these can be light-hearted, they can be extremely engaging. You know, it doesn't have to be overly silly, it doesn't have to be ridiculous, but it might be bringing a different element and letting your human side come through a little bit more. So it might be a few outtakes of something that you were recording. It might be, you know, a funny story of something that happened to you. It might be, you know, a little bit of a character-based role play kind of video. Whatever it is, just think about letting your human side out a little bit more and engaging with your audience a little bit more. So I think we're up to 8. Have a day off. Right? Okay? When we are right at the coalface all of the time, doing the same old, you know, no wonder we get exhausted. No wonder we are sick of the sight of the work that we're doing. No wonder it feels like we end up going through the motions, because we just sit there and we just keep trying to force it out more and more. Have a day off. Come on. Get away from the coalface. Give yourself that opportunity to recharge. Right now you can't see the wood for the trees. So let yourself have a little bit of time off, okay? You might want to go on networking. You might want to go and meet a fellow entrepreneur for a coffee. You know, it doesn't mean that you're not working. Just get away from the coalface, right? Yeah, you have a day completely off. That is brilliant, right? But if you can't do that, then look at how you can work outside of the house, change your environment, stimulate some new ideas. Get away from the coalface. It is so important. In at number 9 is host a party. We like a party. And this might be a real life party. It might be a get together. You know, it might be that you've got a shop and you have an open evening. It might be that you, you know, have an event, whatever that looks like, or it might be virtually. All right, so you could do something exciting like a PJ product launch. You could do that really easily online. You and your PJs, you could probably get some new ones. You know, you could have, you know, your brew. You could have whatever you like. You could have like this PJ product launch kind of party. Or you could have latte, lunch and listen. So that could be a webinar. You know, you could do latte, lunch and listen. You could have a lovely latte and you could, you know, jump in around lunchtime and talk about something. Popcorn and purchase. You know, you can have fun with these things. Get your crowd involved. Let them have fun too. You know, let them promote what's happening, what they're going to. And, you know, get them purchasing in the mix. Everyone's a winner. Smile, laugh, connect and enjoy is number 10. So let's just stop going through the motions. Let's just stop, you know, going through the same old. And if you've got a load of stuff on your plate right now and it feels really difficult, look at how you can outsource it. Look at how the fact that, you know, what you don't like doing can be somebody else's passion. You know, what you can move on to somebody else can be absolutely amazing. Sometimes tricking your brain and body back into connecting into positivity is a brilliant thing to do. Smile. The actual act of smiling makes you feel happier. Seek out positivity. Laugh at a great YouTube video. Put some brilliant music on. Enjoy spending time with your crowd and your clients and creating those connections, because having more fun in what you're doing is bloody good for business. So I hope that you have taken something from those 10 tips. Have a great day and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.